thank you. All right. Hello. We are live.
Hello, hello. Hi.
You could use it. Okay. All right. Oh,
Hi,
that helps.
everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, hi.
We're saying hi a lot.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're hopping on live.
that's right. We're
stalling so that Facebook and YouTube will tell you that we are here.
That's
Woo!
right. So my name is Bryan Green. This nice lady is Karen Green.
Yeah.
We're sitting in her shed quarters.
Hey.
Hey. And we're trying something a little bit new. That's right. We're trying a live and a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live at the same time.
I know. We're too cool
Crazy
for school,
time.
man.
Yeah, I know.
We're simulcasting.
Yes. Is that what they used to call it? Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that
Sounds
simulcasting?
old, 1970s. Oh, Sherry Ann Wood, our buddy Mimi.
Hi.
Hi, Sherry Ann.
Woohoo.
Hey, Sherry Ann, we're on YouTube now, too, at the same time.
So how do I get to where I'm at?
I've asked myself that for years.
Stop it. Okay. Oh.
You'll
It says
figure it
Fiber
out.
Hearts, and there's a little live button next to it.
Yes, there is. Look, we're live over here, too.
Oh my gosh! We're live in
awesome.
two different places at the same time.
All right.
Okay,
We're live and live and live.
I'm gonna try to be able to
Okay,
read
this is
people's
kind of
comments.
we're trying something new for the nerds of the world. And if you're not a nerd, I apologize. I'll be brief. There's if you're using a Mac, not a Windows PC. I love Bill Gates. I love Windows. It's a very efficient operating system. I use it all the time. But Macs are for creatives. So there you go. Anyway, there's a program for it called eCam. And eCam lets you do something magical, which is to talk to another thing called Restream that lets you send it to both Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Although it's not really at the same time. It's sort of the same time.
Yeah,
so.
sort of.
Anyway, close enough to the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Henri Koeman, our Netherland brother. Hello, Henri.
Hello.
We love you, Henri. And watch this. I can still pronounce your wife's name. Rilefka. Good to see you. And your 5 kids? Wow. How you guys doing?
There's a lot of them. I know.
There's a lot of little Koemans going on. Anyway.
They all look like they belong.
Look Dutch. We're going to start a
They all look
rowing
like
team.
they belong.
Yes, they're all happy little Dutch people. Anyway, so welcome to our Fiber Hearts podcast.
Life, love, and the pursuit of crochet.
Something like that, yeah. We're working on that.
Yeah.
And so I have our
Excuse me.
very bless you.
Goodness.
It's allergy season where we live here in the Sacramento Valley. It's been a tough one.
Don't get me started.
We won't talk about that a lot, but Karen's coughing, but she's
I don't
okay.
see where the
She's
comments
100%
are on the
okay.
YouTubes.
You don't see the comments on the YouTubes?
No,
All right.
where do I go?
Well, talk amongst yourselves while I figure it out, because we are
All right.
live. So our topic is welcome, where to find us.
Oh, yes. Okay. So Bryan and I came up with the name Fiber Hearts. So if you don't know by now, you're watching the Fiber Hearts episode. So I think this is episode number
4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Woohoo!
Yep.
4 whole episodes.
I know, right?
So I encourage you to go get your cup of coffee, go get your cup of tea, get your work in progress, because we only do these every other week right now. So
That's right. We're building up.
We have a
though.
lot to say.
Building up. Building up. Building up.
We usually
more than
have a
every
lot
other
to
week.
say.
Wouldn't Claire call that a fortnight?
Yes,
Our British friend Claire, that would be a fortnight.
a fortnight. Yes.
Anyway, I don't
Once
need to
a
tease her
fortnight.
too much about that. Okay, so I have an answer.
Yes.
Here, the reason why you can't see the comments on YouTube
Yeah.
is because there aren't any.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Just want to
so
make
you
sure
know.
I wasn't missing anything.
Well, this is our first time broadcasting
Yes.
live to YouTube, so I would expect that not everybody knows about that. So.
Well, it's the middle of the afternoon on Saturday.
Well, that too. They're probably
So-
they're probably at Joann's talking their way into a 50% off deal.
Yes.
And some yarn, if I know my
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Brenda Boeck. Brenda
Boeck.
Boeck.
Yes.
Hi, Brenda
Hi,
Boeck.
Brenda. Good to
Hi,
see
Chris
you, lady.
Lopez.
Hi,
Hi,
Chris.
Mimi. Oh,
Yeah.
Mimi's cracking the whip. How's your projects coming along? Yeah, I know. Not as fast as yours, Sherry Ann.
Yeah. Not as fast as yours, I'll tell you that right now.
You got that right.
Okay.
So, where to find us? That's where we're
Yes.
at.
So we are doing our little podcast. I've always known these as vlogs, but whatever.
It's hard to say. It sounds
people in the yarn
Russian.
world call these podcasts.
The Russian translation, vlog.
Yes, vlog.
A vlog.
So stop it.
There was a guy. I was on a phone call with a software team the other day.
Yeah.
And there was a Russian man. I said, "You're from Moscow. How did you know?" I said, "Because you have a total Muscovy accent."
Yeah.
It's like, "Yes, I'm from Moscow." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Anyway, I digress.
Well, that's how I knew Claire was from like London proper, because she totally was like she sounded like the Queen.
Yeah, she don't sound like the Spice
It's
Girls.
because she only she grew up a few blocks from the Queen. You don't want to say the word Queen and blew up in the same sentence.
Yep.
That's bad.
Well, she doesn't sound
bad.
like she does not sound like Adele. She
No,
does
not sound like
nope,
Adele.
No, the international singing sensation Adele.
No.
God bless you, Adele.
Yeah.
And she does not sound like she's from Scotland.
No.
She does not sound even like she's from the wrong part of London.
No.
She sounds like she's from the right part.
Yes, the proper.
They lift their
proper
pinkies
one.
when they're drinking their tea. You know,
Yes.
things like that. Anyway.
Okay.
But again, I digress.
So for updates during the week of what Bryan and I are up to, you're going to want to gram it up, people.
Gram.
Head
We're
on
the
over to
gram.
the Instagram.
The cool kids call it the gram.
And you'll find us on fiber_hearts. Fiber underscore hearts. Fiber_hearts on Instagram.
Watch now as I move the microphone for better audio coverage. That's good. Oh, it wasn't bad before.
Okay. All right. So what's next on our list?
What's next?
Keep this
and move it along. Come on. YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel.
We have a YouTube
We're
channel.
so close. We're at 79 subscribers.
Woo!
Come on, people. When we get to
79.
100, we get a real URL.
Yeah.
Right now, our URL looks like somebody corrupted a file and it's a secret code.
Yes.
Like, Q7 %R2.
It doesn't say it doesn't say youtube.com/fiberhearts. No. It says youtube.com.
My password, I forgot.
7, 8, 10, 12, 34, QFA.
Yeah,
all this stuff, right?
You gotta
You want the
prove
real
it.
URL.
You gotta show your worthiness to the YouTube people.
Yeah.
And when you have 100 subscribers, then you get a special webpage address.
Yes.
Oh, my sister Murphy Daly is watching
hello.
us. Wait, what? She says. Yeah, what's up with that? I know, right?
Yeah.
These are all things you can say that don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I don't know why we're saying those.
I don't know. Well, because she said, wait, what? Oh, what do you need us to do? Please go to YouTube, search for Fiber, FIBER, space, hearts, plural, HEARTS, and then subscribe, and you could also click the bell to be notified. So that would be lovely.
Click the bell.
Click the bell. Subscribe. Click the bell.
Subscribe. Click the bell.
All
You can't click the bell without subscribing, by the way. Just throwing that out.
Is that a chicken and the egg thing?
I'm just telling you how it works.
Which came first, the click or the bell? I don't know. All right, so we got we're on Instagram, and Karen's been posting some lovely pictures on the Instagram.
Lovely, just
and
lovely.
So it's worth subscribing there and following there. Excuse me, and the YouTube channel. Okay, so get your whip and your coffee because we're gonna have a fun time.
Boom!
Here's our coffee. Tink.
Aren't these pretty cubs? Aren't they cute?
Aren't they lovely?
Yes. Are we showing the roses? Am I showing the roses?
I would.
Okay.
We're
show
showing.
the roses. Okay.
Don't look at the one that. Well, you don't have to show that side. It's okay. You can just show that one
I have
side.
lipstick stain on this side.
Mine does not.
But the flowers are pretty.
Yes.
These are from Aunt Pat.
Yes, Aunt Pat.
Yes, Aunt Pat.
Yep.
Unfortunately passed last year.
She lived a long time. She was 90 when she died.
And she used to have this little hutch that had all the cutest little teacups and everything under the sun.
Norman Rockwell used it for his inspiration.
Often admired them. Mm-hmm. And so she gave us these cups.
Yep. Coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs. Yay!
Here's to you, Aunt Pat. I know you're watching in heaven.
Aunt Pat, you're awesome.
Yep. Aunt Pat, briefly, was a sweetie lady. Mm-hmm. She was very competitive. So she and Karen liked to talk about all those cooking shows where there's competitions.
Oh,
where if you don't cook good enough, they cut you from the show, and or they if they show you like.
We'd sit and be outraged together.
Yes.
It was great.
Can't believe they let that guy
3 cups of sugar. 3 cups of sugar.
What kind of cake needs
What
3
kind of
cups
cake
of
needs
sugar?
3 cups of sugar.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So she could cook.
Woo! That girl could cook.
Amazing lady. She was a nurse all her professional career,
Yeah.
so she took care of people all day. And then when she came home, she ordered. Well, she didn't order year round, but you were always busy when you were at her house. Anyway, we're very honored and blessed to have.
She
Aunt
introduced
Pat
us to Pink Fluff.
Yes, Pink Fluff.
Pink Fluff, some sort of jello-y, marshmallowy,
So good.
concoction.
It's so good.
So good.
It's like.
I will forever remember
really
her
good.
for her Pink Fluff.
Really good. And if you're good, I'll put the recipe in the show notes.
If you're good, only if you're good. Though.
It is the good stuff. Anyway, so that and your whip. Got your whip. Chris Lopez says, Alicia likes our thing. That's very nice. Alicia.
Hi,
Alicia. Alicia Urban, different than Alicia. And Susan DeLacy's here. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Go grab your project, girlfriend.
Chris Lopez, yes, it's okay if your whip is knitting. Karen and I aspire to knit, but right now we are very focused on crochet. In fact, I have one FO to my name, and I'm going to be working on another. So now you know. All right, so moving along. My phone keeps locking up. It's locking. Okay, Aunt Pat's cups. Oh, Karen has something really cool to show you. Shrinking yarn. I mean, this is cool, people.
So I told you that when my mom passed, I got the precious, and I mean precious, seal-a-meal, machine that she had.
You have no idea.
Because I all the time I'd call her, Mom, what you doing?
Idea.
And she'd be like, oh, I'm sealing meat. Like, what are you talking about?
Sealing meat.
Anyways,
yes,
I have recently I've learned that some people are using it to shrink down yarn for their inventory. Because I have my yarn that I have on display, but I don't need like 12 skeins of the thing sitting up there, you know what I'm saying? So I've been shrinking yarn. That's what I was doing this morning. Yep. It cuts it down by about a third, I would say. And it's all acrylic, so it doesn't bother it.
No, it doesn't bother it. It reminds me of that astronaut food that you see at like museums and stuff where like, what is that? Oh, that's a cheeseburger. Yeah. But it's squished down to this big.
Yeah. And when I go to mail stuff, which I'll talk about a little bit later, it makes it so much cheaper because it shrinks it down.
Yes, you're not cramming stuff in there. It's already.
What you been doing, Karen? Sealing yarn.
Shrinking yarn. Yep.
I'm shrinking. Yep. Shrinking yarn.
So shrinking the yarn. It's true. Yeah. And then, we got to go to a warming center. Now, how many of you here know the word warming center? Here's what it means. I didn't know, so I'm going to explain. In case you didn't know, you probably already do. So, what you do is, if you don't want to have a homeless shelter, because those words have kind of come to mean, they have a stigma attached to them, right? And they also sort of mean something permanent. But let's say you want to help people out, and you want to do nice things, like feed them and give them hats, and just let them sleep somewhere, like, say, your special church meeting room overnight. Well, you establish what's called a warming center. And that has a much nicer connotation. And even though we live in California, it gets very cold at night in this right season of the year. And so several of the folks that we know through our church activities and just community activities, doesn't have to be through a church, they have established a local nonprofit that has a kind of a roving warming center. One week it'll be at one place, another week it'll be at another place, and there's a whole team of people that bring food and feed everybody, and they set up a nice area for everyone to sleep, and they give them they kind of rotate around different church buildings and other public buildings. And one of the neatest things they do is the crocheters all show up with hats and scarves and stuff. So Karen's got some stuff to show about that.
Well, I don't have any. We handed them out.
Silly me, we handed them out. But we have a nice picture to show.
We do have a nice picture to show.
Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. One of the features of the eCam software. All right, are we doing this? There it is. Oh, wait, wrong one. Different picture. There we go. Okay. Oh, I didn't fill the screen. Well, bear with me. That's funny. So we're over here on the side. Not crop split screen, full split screen. Okay, well, anyway. All right, so we're learning this new feature, so pay no attention to the video on the side. But you see the picture of Karen holding up the hats, the big stacks of hats. You see those?
Yeah.
Yep. And this was at a church not far from where we live, and they had a food set out, and someone had made some nice crosses on I guess out of beads. You can see those hanging up there. And Karen had a stack of hats. No, she did not make all the hats. She's certainly capable of it, but our good friend...
Take me a year.
Our good friend Sherry Ann from the bottom part of Texas. Yes, yarning with Mimi.
Yarning with
yes.
Mimi.
Mimi is amazing. Oh, Mimi.
You gotta go check out her channel.
Yes, we'll put a link in the show notes. It's on YouTube, and Sherry Ann has an amazing gift of being able to crank out the stuff.
She's gonna make a hat while we're talking right now.
She's gonna make two of them. It's amazing. Yes. Yep, that's how
she crochets and knits.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Someday I'll be like Sherry Ann.
Yeah.
Anyway, Karen collaborated with Sherry Ann.
I did my little feeble part, and she did hers.
Your part wasn't feeble.
Yeah, I tried.
Good.
That's right. I tried.
Anyway, so this is the outcome.
My hats
you can
are
see.
gone, so that's good.
Yeah, they're all gone. So they look, Chris Lopez says I'm doing a hat for you guys. Anyway, we had
thank you, sweetie pie.
Thank you very much. And Sherry Ann says y'all are sweet. Thank you. Yeah, well, you're welcome. Anyway,
like a Texan. She's Canadian.
She's Canadian.
She sounded like
she's
a Texan.
Texas. I don't know. How's that work? I don't know. Anyway, so
she lives in Texas, though.
Yeah, she lives in Texas.
She's a transplant.
I don't know how that works. So that's the picture of Karen at the warming center, and everyone was super appreciative of the hats. In fact, there's a guy in the local homeless community who is known. It's funny. His name is Eugene. He's big. He's very tall. He's very sturdy looking.
He's a big fella.
He looks like
linebacker.
Yeah, like he is but he's a sweetheart. Okay, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And you know what kind of hat he picked on purpose? Like everyone knew it, and they said, "Make sure you save this one for Eugene."
Yeah, they were all like, when they saw that hat, because this is what happened. Is that, we're like, hey, we've got hats. Would you like a hat? Would you like a new hat? Would, whatever.
Exactly.
And they went shopping.
They did. It was the coolest thing.
And not only did they go shopping for themselves, but they were digging through Sharon. They were digging through, and they were like, hey, you would look good in this hat. Here, you try this hat on. They were like shopping and stuff like that. And
it was the coolest thing.
Fun. And I'd say the ones that went the fastest were the ones that looked camouflage.
Yes,
camo
we learned that. Camo was very popular.
Yeah,
you can see Karen holding
popular.
that up right there. They were super popular.
Yeah, those went gone lightning fast. Fast. But Eugene, the linebacker guy.
The linebacker guy who looks like he works at the dock and splits up fights.
Yeah, he's a big
and
fella.
You know what? He's a sturdy guy. And he's really, like, when he talks, it was like, oh, that guy's talking. All right. He likes the vibrant pink colors.
The fuchsia. Wasn't it fuchsia camo?
You can see two of them right there.
Yeah. He loved it.
He loved that. Everybody knew he likes pink. And so we got him in pink. It was great. Anyway, isn't that funny?
Yeah. And then you remember that hat that I made? I think I showed you guys, or maybe it was on Instagram. It was like the extra large hat. It was really big. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. There was a guy, perfect fit.
It was amazing how
he's got
good
a big
it fit
old noggin.
I'm just looking for
circumference.
So
he
did. He had a circumference.
He had a big old head.
That was awesome.
So, anyways, that was perfect for him. It was fun.
Yeah,
we had a blast.
It was great.
We're gonna do it again.
I would do it again.
They're gonna do it next. They're gonna do the warming centers. They're actually wanting to expand a little bit. I mean, it was a test pilot that worked.
Yeah, it did, and they have a social worker that they've funded. So, they have a certain amount of funding, and they have a board. And
they had a couple of social workers there, and after we handed out the hats, we were surrounded by these social workers that were like,
"Where'd you guys make hats?
What else do you guys make?
What else do you make? We need hats."
I'm like, Mimi, look out.
Oh yeah, it was very very sweet.
So
yes, Chris Lopez says real men wear pink, and you're right, they do. That is true, they do.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to just take a minute and check over here on the YouTubes. Any comments over there?
I don't see any.
Well, that's all right. We're new. We're new, so it's okay. No comments there yet. That's all right. We're learning.
We'll get there.
Anyhow, so that's the story
of
the warming.
79.
It was 79.
79 people.
I don't know if you figured.
Come on, we can't. be 80. We have to be 79.
I don't know if you figured this out yet, but Karen is also very competitive.
No,
she's like super competitive.
hey, I'm in it to win it.
That's right.
We're going to that retreat I told you with Crystal.
Call it out. Call it out.
And she's going to give away prizes and stuff, and there's going to be trivia and stuff like that. Yep. I'm all over it. I'm on it. I'm like quizzing Bryan.
I know. Like, what's the name of?
What does this mean? What does that mean? How do you do this? How do you do that?
What's the name of Crystal's cat?
Yeah.
Like,
what's Crystal's cat?
Fluffy? I
no.
don't know. Yeah,
We're practicing.
That's right. Anyhow, so she's very competitive, and it bothers her that she's not, got 80 people or even 100 people on YouTube yet.
Oh, we'll get there.
That's what I was trying to say is that it's
spreading the word.
It's very charming to me and very endearing how competitive you are. So there you go. All right. So next topic.
Yeah.
The baby blanket. Oh my God. So Karen has. Well, you know what? I don't mean to speak too much for you. You tell. There you go.
Well, no, I mean. Finally the day arrived when we finally had that baby shower, and I had made that corner to corner, the rectangular corner to corner that Jada in Stitches does.
Yes.
Jada in Stitches.
I get it. I love the pun, Jada in Stitches.
Yes,
Thank
funny.
You for being so punny. I love it.
Anyways, a lot of corner to corners are square, but this one was rectangular.
Well,
and I fell in love with that ocean teal Bernat blanket yarn.
Man. Seriously?
In the ombre, and I was and it was turning out fantastic. I thought, oh my gosh, because it totally matches my office. Yep. And so I thought, I'm gonna get some of this yarn. I'm gonna make me a blanket for the office. And then they had totally sold out in Northern California, and they weren't carrying it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
So now I have to find.
Oh my gosh.
But I think I got an idea.
Yeah.
I think I got some in my stash. I'm gonna use some.
Well,
I'm pretty happy about that.
It was so hard to find that I had to go and find it.
I needed one more skein.
Yeah.
Mimi said, okay, well, you can use a smaller size hook. Just take it out, frog it a little bit, use a small. And I would have done that, Mimi. I totally would have. But there was one cake left in Northern California.
Yes, it was in Roseville.
It was in Roseville, which is like 40 minutes away.
It wasn't that bad. But so it was a ways away.
Went and got it. Show them the picture.
Well,
show them the picture.
All right. Well, I was going to tell my little tiny part story. We found, you know how you can buy online and pick it up at the store? Well, somehow they messed that up, and it actually went back into the rotation of what people could buy.
By the time Bryan got there,
like, oh my gosh,
it was no longer ours, and they set it up on the shelf again.
I know, I had to fight for it, but the very nice people went and found it for us.
The next morning we went and got it from the store, and they'd already put it back on the shelf.
I know. Well, they misunderstood.
What the heck?
They were confused. Anyway, so without further ado, or much more ado, here's the picture of the blanket.
Yep.
It's so pretty.
Here's Sarah.
Isn't that nice? Look at that.
She's happy.
She's so happy.
And she later sent me a picture of her hubby who was wrapped up in this blanket.
Oh, I should send that picture. That was so funny.
And he's sitting there reading a little kid's book that she had gotten at the shower and sitting there with the blankie on him.
It's ridiculous.
So I said, well, see, everybody needs a blankie, so... Anyway,
you're all over the place with your apps on your phone, man.
I don't know what you're doing. So
I'm looking for the picture of Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just doing live here. Anyway, that's Sarah. So there you go.
Yeah. So it went well.
Look how the colors are.
It was so funny that she pulled it out and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean, she really liked it. And two gals her age, because they're young 20s. Shrieked practically.
Oh yes.
And then they were like, "Do you have an Etsy page? Do you have an Etsy page?" Like, no.
Karen started a business on accident again.
No, I crochet for fun and charity, which is fun, and I have a business.
I know. She already does. It's okay.
I'm not looking for another one.
She's
I'm good.
Not.
I'm full.
No, she's not.
So anyway.
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, there you go. So that was fun.
That was that. It went well. It was received well.
Yes,
yay! It was. And she says that Sarah's going to have the baby use it if she can get it away from her husband Jeff.
Yes, which I have the picture. Where did it go? I wanted to show.
Which tells me
so
I think
cute.
Jeffy needs a blanket.
Oh, there he is. You see him?
A blankie.
There's Jeff.
Yep.
No, he's not sucking his thumb.
No, he's playing with his beard.
He's playing with his beard like he usually does. But you see, he's reading the little kid book, and he's got the blankie right there.
It's not the flower blankie. It's the one he's got on
it's this one
him.
right here. Well, you can see it in the middle there. Anyway, so there you go.
He's reading the little kid book.
Yes, it's hilarious. All right, so that was the story of the blanket. And it really blessed you to be able to give it to Sarah. And Sarah was so blessed to get it. It was really neat. Okay. Fun. So we have a little funny interlude here. Oh, yes, we do. Interlude. So we had the privilege of visiting a local church around here. It meets in a senior center, and this is this story.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'll let Karen tell the story. I'll do the setup.
Oh my gosh! So we went to this little tiny church that's just starting.
Yep.
And they're meeting at the senior center, like the lunchroom or whatever it is.
You know, you can rent out the senior center for your thing.
Mm-hmm. They do. And so we park the car, and we start walking towards the senior center, and it's playing outdoor music. Yeah. Music is playing outside.
Right.
Okay, whatever. So as I get closer, I stop. I look at Mr. B, and I start laughing because the song they were playing outside of the senior center was Queen, Another One Bites the Dust.
Seems appropriate.
They were playing Another One Bites the Dust on the outside of the senior center.
That can happen. You know it.
That's terrible. That is terrible. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I said, "Are you hearing?"
I did. It was so funny.
We're walking into the senior center.
Bites dust, and another one gone, and another one gone.
That's
another
terrible.
One bites dust. Oh yeah.
I didn't do it. If I hadn't been there.
That was funny though. It ain't right, people. You shouldn't laugh at that. That's messed up. You should not laugh at that. You should apologize.
Hilarious.
That's not right.
That's what. That's one way of,
that's one way
church, I'll tell you that.
Well, when you need a new room, maybe they do that when they have a new room available.
Stop it. Stop. That's sick and twit. You are, no, I don't know this man right now.
All right. Well, I have
messed up.
It is. I have a less messed up and more honorable story to tell.
Yeah.
I suppose we attended a funeral. That's what it was about.
So Saturday, I go to Sarah's baby shower.
Yep.
Sunday, we have to go to Uncle Marion's funeral.
Yes, Uncle Marion. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I told Bryan, I said, by the end of it, I wanted to start singing The Circle of Life.
Elton John, The Circle of Life.
So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now. I gotta go to a baby shower Saturday and a funeral on Sunday.
Well, it's the beginning and the end.
World of my end right now.
It's all a circle. It all comes around.
Yes, it all came full circle.
But
it was fun. We got to hang out with the cousins. I mean, it wasn't fun. It was sad that Uncle Marion's gone, but
Uncle Marion,
he lived a long time.
He did.
He's a great guy. And
speaking of which, I have a fun story about Uncle Marion that just happened. Uncle Marion was a barber, and he loved to do all kinds of things, but his profession was a barber, and he worked at the local barber colleges around here. So the barber college in Sacramento, the barber
he was
college.
So good as a barber, he was an instructor.
He was a teacher, yeah. He worked at one in Stockton, and one in Oakland. Yeah. These are all towns in Northern California that are kind of big. So anyhow, I get my hair done. As you can tell, I just got a haircut. Looks lovely.
Yeah.
Very flowing long hair. Anyway.
You're looking good, B.
Oh, thank you. Well, it works for me. Anyway. Yeah. So the barber shop that I go to, shout out to Havy's Barbershop.
Havy's.
We'll never see this in a million years, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the barbershop culture is one of, it's not unfriendly to ladies, but it's kind of a man haven, if you will. Anyway, when I first started going there, I asked the guys there, hey, did you guys, who was the name of your teacher when you went to your local barber college? And they said, we don't know. You know, the barbers are usually older men who cut hair by and large. And so I figured that they might be contemporary with my Uncle Marion. But they had no idea. It just didn't connect. So that was many years ago when I first started going there. Well, the other day when I went there to get a haircut, we always talk about what's new. You know, we talk about baseball. We talk about politics a little bit. And I chit-chat about what's new. I said, well, yesterday, I went to a barber funeral. And they all looked at me like, what? A barber funeral? yeah, the fellow, my Uncle Marion, was a barber. And so they had a lot of barber things at this barber funeral. They had the pole and they had all the other barber stuff, the thing you put the cream on your face and all that. In fact, you guys might know him. His name was Marion Lovick. And they said, Marion Lovich? His last name was Lovich? No. Lovick. His name was Lovick? No, Lovig, ending in G. Lovig. And then they all stopped. And there was a moment, like a very significant moment, where they looked at me and they said, with great reverence, they said, do you mean Mr. Lovig? And I said, yeah, Marion Lovig, my uncle. And they said, oh, he was our teacher. And they said it they said it with reverence, with the same reverence that a 6-year-old might have for Mr. Rogers or something. It was really amazing. Yeah. And one of them popped off with, Mr. Lovig was the classiest human being I ever knew in my life. And they kind of started riffing on Mr. Lovig this and Mr. Lovig that. And he did not have a first name to them. He was held in such high regard and with such reverence that he was Mr. Lovig. Anyway, and they said, you're his nephew? He's your uncle? And I took out the pictures I had of him. And they said, oh yeah, that's him. Well, I'll be doggone. All the years you've been coming in here, you were Mr. Lovig's nephew. We didn't know. Anyway, so there you go. Circle of life, people. Circle of life. Including my haircut. So that was a fun story.
Yeah. Anyway, what a weekend.
What a weekend.
What a weekend.
What a country. Okay. So next up on our agenda, there we go. Our charity FOs. Ooh.
Okay, Chris says she's going to log in to YouTube and sign and subscribe so we get to number 8.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Chris.
We're at 79 and holding.
79 and holding.
So you have to go to YouTube and search for Fiber Hearts.
I actually put a link in the Facebook comments
because
so find it easy.
We don't have our own URL. That's why we need that's why we have to get over 100 so that we can have a link. So yeah, not one of those big.
We deserve one, YouTube. We just
Chris
Lopez found us.
Yay!
All right, I have to check. Are we at 80? Are we at 80?
Are we at 80? I don't know. Okay, what's next?
Okay, that's all right. Come on. Keyhole scarf.
Oh,
this thing is cool. You're gonna like it.
My one charity whip, because as you know, my friend Joan, she got me this yarn. Somebody was selling it, and Joan picked it up for me. And it's chunky. It's the Loops and Threads, which is the Michaels brand.
May I interrupt?
Yes.
We are at 80. Thank you, Chris Lopez.
Thank you, Chris. We're at 80.
I know, so close.
Yay. So it's kind of a funky yarn because it looks like a braid. All right, but it's this beautiful caramelly gold color. Okay.
It's really pretty. It looks like something you tie down the ship with, for pizza.
Yeah, it's mostly acrylic, a tiny bit wool in there, but it's just sort of wound around itself. It's not, I don't know. It's like a braid. That's why they call it a braid.
Yep, it's a braid.
So anyway, I took one look at it and said, okay, this is going to be one of my keyhole scarves because I think, for example, right, that we're going to go make some hats and scarves for the military folks.
Yes, we are.
And we're collecting those. And they have parameters. The one organization that I'm working with, there's like several, but there's one organization I'm working with. They wanted scarves that were 48 to 50 inches long.
That's very specific.
I know. And
48
4
to 50.
inches to 6 inches wide.
Well, it's military. They have specifications for everything.
Wow, really specific. Anyway, that's not too long of a scarf. It's not like one of those that you wrap 1,000 times. No. But I also want to make this some for seniors. Mm-hmm. And so I knew I wanted to make a keyhole because once basically you set it in there, you don't have to really mess with it. And people with dexterity problems can do it. So you just, you pull it through
cool.
and it makes that keyhole look scarf. And anyway, it turned out really nice. Super chunky. You hold it up.
Okay, I'll hold it.
6-weight yarn.
See? Isn't that neat?
So it's really thick. It did up in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Wasn't that long. In fact, Mimi will be able to do that in 10 minutes.
Mimi already did 3.
Yeah, she already did 3 while I've been talking.
That's right. Here you go.
Anyway, so that was fun. That's kind of a prototype of some other ones that I want to do. But so that's going to keep
Ooh.
somebody warm. What?
I'm excited for that.
But not too warm. You know what I mean? No. It's like, it's not going to be cumbersome.
No, and
that's kind of what I like about the keyhole.
Like,
yeah.
It's just
you know, you set it to where you like it, and there you go.
I tried it on. It was really nice.
Okay, what's next, my love?
Well, my FO, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Can you, I put it over there. Can you grab it for me? Okay, people. This is it. Big moment.
Big moment. Drum roll, please.
This is such an achievement for me. Okay, so I'm a very beginning crocheter.
You worked really hard on this.
I'm a very beginning crocheter,
yes.
and this is my very first FO. Here it is. It's my washcloth. You see that?
Woo!
It's made with cotton yarn, and it's two yarns together.
Yep.
So it's the double color comes from that. It's not one yarn. It's kind of back and forth. And I did pretty good. It's mostly square. Pretty happy with how that turned out. I had to frog it like 8 times to get it to come out right before I got the hang of it. And there were some ends that I had to stitch back in. Karen showed me how. It worked out really good. But this is a very nice little washcloth. And my plan is to give it to my mommy for Mother's Day as part of a little kit. I'm going to make her 1 or 2 other items perhaps. And then we'll have some fun little present for her. And she'll probably like it most of all because I made it for her. So there you go. And yes, it feels like I'm 10 years old making something for my mom. That's what I don't care. I like it. I do. She's gonna love it. And Chris Lopez says, thank you. It's lovely. Yes. Thank you. Sherry Ann says, thank you. So, or says she loves it. Thank you, Sherry.
Yay.
So yes, exactly. So,
yes. Good job, B.
Thank you.
You really did do a good job. Like, I know you had to frog it a bunch of times, but that's how you learn.
And once I kind of got the hang of it. Here's a little tip. You already all know this, but I didn't until I learned it. You can't crochet all stressed out. It doesn't work.
Well, your gauge might be a little...
Yes, I know. You end up
a little off.
a little tight, and you're like, get in there. No, you're doing it wrong. So once I figured that out, it's like golfing or like, playing a musical instrument. You kind of just got to relax and let it flow. And so I did, and it turned out great.
So Emily has joined us. Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Good to see you, lady.
Yay.
Jenny has joined us. Yay.
Yay.
And Dennis
Hi,
has
Dennis.
Joined us. Good.
Nice.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
So the next topic is Karen's... Karen's squares. Those things over there. This
it has
awesome.
Finally happened.
This is awesome.
It has arrived.
How long have we waited?
Finally. Okay. So I am making the Sheldon's squared blanket using my grandmother's yarn that I did not know she had. She has passed 3 years ago, and she gave me some yarn this year. There's a whole long story in a previous video behind that. Okay.
The set. Everybody knows the Sheldon square, the Sheldon blanket.
Yes.
Is from the television program, the CBS hit comedy Young Sheldon, and that's the spin-off show from the other CBS hit comedy, The Big Bang Theory. Yes. And the one of the props on the set for Young Sheldon is an Afghan laid across the back of a couch.
Yes.
And the crocheters of the world, when they started watching this show, said, "Wait a minute, pause it. Is that a quilt? There it is. There's a quilt. I'm going to zoom in on that and figure out the pattern." And so they did.
They did.
Yeah. Karen's got a whole story about how the pattern was specially done for her, and now she's finally got some squares done. So here we go.
Okay, they're big old squares. Okay, so here's one.
I'll hold up the other
Grandma's
side.
yarn. Show them the puffs. See, look.
She worked really hard on the puffs.
The puffs are
See
puffing.
The puffs? They're puffy. Woo! They're puffy, people.
Unlike that hat that I made that did not puff at all, and now I'm mad at it, and I still haven't picked up the yarn again.
No, she hasn't.
Because I was mad.
But check it out. See, here's the puffs. They got a good height to them.
Yeah.
They got a good vault.
Yes.
So,
show them the diamond pattern.
The diamond pattern. Yes,
diamond
pattern. There, see? Nice. Mm-hmm. Pull it back a little bit. See the diamond pattern on that?
Yeah,
nice.
That's Grandma's yarn.
That is. We discovered something about old yarn. Oh, hi, Susie. We discovered something about old yarn. When it's been sitting for a while, it gets kind of sticky. And by a while, I mean 4 decades.
I don't know about sticky.
Well, sticky's not the right word. It gets
stiff.
It gets stiff. That's a better word.
I just think it's old yarn. Because back in the day, I think the yarn was
It was tougher.
Not as nice as our
It walked to school both ways in the snow uphill
it was
and
tougher.
stuff like that. Yes, exactly. Anyway, we found that it was a lot nicer if you re-skeined it. Which we bought one of those little cake making things, the little windy gizmos where you can wind up yarn into a cake. And so I wound up yarn into a cake, and that seemed to help a lot. So there's a tip for working with heirloom yarn. There you go.
That's another color of Grandma's.
Yeah,
okay.
See, look at that. The detail
go in the
on
blanket.
The diamonds.
Yeah.
Nice vaulting on the puffs there and everything.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is Windtuck yarn.
Yeah. We looked it up.
Windtuck yarn. See, this is Grandma's yarn.
Sounds like a little Eskimo boy.
And
watch now as Windtuck
this is
chases
called
the polar bear.
wood brown. So we have wood brown.
Windtuck wood brown. Yep.
Yes, Windtuck wood brown. So that's 2 of Grandma's colors. The other one
That sounds like a holly.
is a berry color.
See, that's
See
one
how
of the
Bryan
schemes.
caked me?
Yeah, I caked it. Windtuck wood brown.
Because it don't pull for nothing.
No.
Okay,
That's what I mean by
her
sticky.
yarn, I was like, Grandma, how did you get anything done? You spend half your time trying to get it all apart from knotting up.
That's right.
So anyway, that's going to be the 3rd color.
This looks a lot fancier than... I mean, the process for making this is very simple, but it ends up being looking quite
Lynn's
complex.
on, Tracy's
Hi,
on,
Lynn. Hi,
Sue's
Tracy.
on. Hi, guys.
Wow.
Good to see ya.
Oh, hey, our yarn buddy's on YouTube.
Hey!
You're on our show notes, Amanda.
Hi,
So,
Amanda.
Yep, that's right. Hi, yarn
Have
buddy.
have your ears been burning?
Oh, they should be.
She's our swap buddy.
That's right.
So we're participating in Llama Mama Kayla's.
Yep.
You gotta check out Llama Mama.
Please do.
Yep. And we are her swap buddy.
Yep.
She's all the way from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I've been getting things ready. It's almost done.
Goodness.
Almost ready to go.
Yes, so much good stuff.
Anyways, those are a couple of my FOs.
Yep.
And here's the cool thing. When I did this one, the whole story was, right, I needed a video, somebody to teach me how to do it, because I read the instructions and I was like, there's no way.
There's no way. Yeah,
No way.
No way.
And so then Mikey did that video from the crochet crowd.
Shout out to the crochet crowd with
crochet
Mikey. We love you, Mikey.
And this one, by the time I got to this one, because this is the second one I made, I was actually able, I only had to look at the video once.
That was cool.
Because I finally was starting to figure out what on earth that thing was saying, that pattern was saying.
That makes me laugh. I'm still looking at the video on how to do the single crochet. What's the difference between a single crochet and a double crochet again?
Aww.
And then, well, I'm getting it, but it's just...
You're going to do great.
Practice
Wait
makes
till
perfect.
you see what he's going to work on next. I'm totally
Practice
stoked.
makes perfect.
So,
Anyhow,
yes.
yes. Sharon did a
Did you
great
make
job.
the shawl you are wearing? Yes, I did.
Oh, she did.
This
yes.
is a funny story. This is a shawlette. It's not very big. It's a shawlette. Just something really light because I'm going to Cancun. We're going to Cancun in a couple of weeks. I wanted something really light that just covered my arms a little bit because,
We're going to Cancun in a week. You're in
arm
denial.
coverage.
Karen doesn't like packing, so...
No, I hate packing. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
1 week we're flying to Cancun.
This was going to be one of Crystal's from Bag O Day.
Shout out to Crystal.
Okay,
Bag O
Crystal
Day
from
Crochet.
Bag O Day. This was going to be her pineapple stitch dress or something.
Yeah.
Then I realized about halfway through that it was not going to fit me. Even though I tried.
So hard.
So it wasn't going to fit me. So then I thought, well, then what am I going to do with it? And I thought, oh, well, I can make a scarf, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, it ended up being this little capelet kind of, barely there shawlette. And it does have a tiny little hat in the back. Do you see the hat?
It's right here.
A little hat. Okay. And anyways, then I didn't want it flying around because it can get a little windy when you're out on the beach. And so I made this little piece right here. This is the pineapple stitch to kind of keep it on my arms. Okay? So this is all getting ready to go because Cancun's coming up. So
Cancun's
that's
coming.
what I am wearing. Thank you for asking. And it is made with
Oh, yes.
Shawl in a Ball.
There it is.
And this is
French
the
side,
crystal. What's the colorway of that crystal?
Oh,
something?
let me look. It is called the Reflective Crystal.
Yeah.
Au français, Crystal
Thank
Reflection.
you guys.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
Okay, so...
You make me feel good.
You look really
They're
nice.
sweetie pies.
They are sweetie
the
pies,
bestest
but
of
they're
friends.
telling you the truth. It looks really good on you. So.
Shawl and a ball, and you can't get that colorway in the store. You have to order it online.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And it is called the. I'll put this in the show notes too. It's from Lion Brand.
Yep.
And it is
Crystal, somebody. Right?
reflective crystal.
Reflective
crystal.
Yes, it's all very, like
Vegan,
beachy
free range.
looking.
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's different.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's all very beachy looking, and look at all those colors. Look at
They
those
look really nice.
colors
Yeah.
with the purples and the
man.
teals and the
Very
yellows and all of that. It is gorgeous. I will tell you that it is absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, so next topic.
I have enough yarn
yeah.
of that to left over. I want to make something else, but I haven't gotten that far yet.
You'll get there. So
It's in the
now
queue.
we show our whips. So
Susie
I will-
says it's so colorful.
oh, yes, it is very colorful,
All right,
Susie. I love it.
whips.
Our whips. Now
Okay.
I
Tell them about your whip.
okay. So here's the deal. When we go to Crystal's Bag O' Day Crochet Retreat,
The retreat
we're so excited to go. High five.
coming up. Woo!
Yep.
Come
We
on.
got our tickets and everything. I got a pin. There's quite a complex itinerary because Karen's company has a thing coming up too, and we
I'm tacking on a photo shoot
back to
next
back to
week.
them. Yeah.
A video shoot.
Plus, it's really complicated because the new Avengers movie comes out the day of the starting of the event, so we had to make sure that was happening.
Oh, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Oh, we already got it figured out.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're all set and ready to go. We're excited to go. We're memorizing the names of things so that we can be the big winners of everything.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you're supposed to bring with you as an attendee, as an attendee of the event, is an 8-inch granny square. An 8-inch granny square.
Square.
Which is, I guess about
Granny
right there.
square.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
Everybody
8-inch
needs to
granny
bring
square.
a granny square.
Yeah. Are you bringing your granny square,
Yeah.
dear?
Yes, I am.
I am too, but right now it exists only in my mind.
Uh-huh.
So that's my next project, my whip. So Karen helped me pick out a special coffee. Oh, the square is supposed to reflect you or your location or something particular
about
you.
you
And then
or your
everyone who
location.
brings the square will present them, and then they'll be sewn together, and then there's some giveaway involving the quilt or something
Yes.
like that. So,
Yes.
so Karen helped me pick out a color. This is a Red Heart Super Saver. The name of the yarn is Coffee. Isn't that great? Anyway, you can see it looks like coffee. And so I'm going to make a special bean stitch coffee colored granny square.
Yeah.
And Karen found a neat video. I forget who made the video.
I'm not sure.
I will put it in
Somebody
the show
on
notes.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'll put it in the show notes. Anyway, so it's really cool. It's not a little poof like she calls it, but it's this bean shape that ends up looking like a bunch of beans lined up, and they switch directions every other row, and it looks really cool. And it's kind of right. It's perfect
Bean
for me.
stitch.
Perfect for me because it's one step beyond where I was at with the washcloth. So
Yes.
that's good. Anyway, so I'll be doing that, and by the time we do our next show, you'll see that.
It's gonna look like a
finished
square
object.
of coffee beans.
It'll look like a square of coffee beans, and that's a good thing. if you ask me.
Perfect for
So,
Mr. B.
Anyway, so that's the deal. So thank you to Karen for helping me pick that out, and looking forward to using this yarn. I'll probably cake it up just for fun because I like to do that. It's very therapeutic for me, cranking the cake out. And then there you go. So, all right, you have some whips going on too.
Yes, I have to make a square too, and that's upcoming. I need to get on that. That's going to be, I think I'm going to do the poppy, the flower, the poppy flower.
The state
Because
flower
it's
of
the
California.
state flower of
Yep.
California. Okay. All right, what am I working on? So I got, I still have more squares to go for Grandma's thing. I've also been working on, the big whip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, wait till you see. Wait
This
till
is
you
cool.
see.
You're gonna love it.
All right. Apologies in advance. I have not put in my ends yet. I wanted to do that before the video, but I didn't get that far, so you're going to see stragglers. But I have been making progress on my cardigan. The big cardigan. Woo!
It looks pretty
So,
good.
I have put in, so I have, I don't think it's going to take me 9 skeins. It said it would be 9,
Good,
but it said, I think it's going to take me 7 or 8. So I have 6 skeins in right now. So anyways, the front is done. The sides are sewn up. I need to do the sleeves and the border.
It looks pretty good.
And yeah. I mean, it's a little big. Don't get me wrong. It's a little bit big, but I like it. I tried to put the colors together so that they matched. They don't really, but they kind of do.
You did good. What are you talking about?
Good enough. That's harder than it looks.
A lot harder.
Yeah. So this is the Homespun yarn, and I can't wait. The sleeves kind of go down to my elbows right now, so that's going to be fun to try to figure out.
That's true of
how
everyone.
to make these sleeves. I might just cuff them. Honestly, I might just cuff them.
It's true of every jacket and sweater you've ever owned.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I've discovered a few things about Jackie, who made this and did the pattern online.
God bless you, Jackie.
That Jackie and I have a completely different shape. Plus size gal, but she has a badonkadonk in the back. She's got junk in the trunk, and I don't. But
I'm a fellow badonkadonk. Well, I also have a badonkadonk, so I tested it.
Yeah. And however, I have a bigger chest than she does. I have a bigger front than she does. And so it was a little challenging to make it so that it fit me. But it's getting there. I'm totally excited. Job. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm going to love it. It's going to be great.
You have to come up with
sleeves and border to go.
Yes.
That's all I have left. Sleeves and border.
You came up with an interesting technique of it didn't quite align properly for you, but you didn't let that bug you.
No, apparently.
There was one time when you were like, I'm going to frog this whole thing and start over. But you didn't. You persevered. I
don't feel like I did that, but okay.
Well, maybe you didn't. Well, you were passionate about it. I'll leave it at that. Anyway.
Well, yes. Homespun. That's what I'm using. Okay. Again, another color that really you can only get online if you're lucky, and then has decided to go away on me. So if I wanted more yarn, I couldn't get it. It'd be harder to get.
The good yarns are always hard to get.
Gemstone stripe Homespun.
Yes.
I am loving it. I'm so close. So close. I get closer and closer. All right, that's the big whip. Been working on that. I put in a whole another skein and a half into that thing. So
Susie Blake says it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And Amanda got her granddaughter, Natsuki Moon, I guess. I don't know who this person is. To like us. Anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you
guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, I was hoping to have this done by Cancun, but we leave for Cancun.
Just a couple of weeks or whatever. I'm teasing you.
No, next weekend, right?
Yes, you're right.
Next weekend.
Yes, that's right. Next weekend.
And so I was hoping to get it done, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I'll be close. I will be close. Nice. I'm going to love it anyway. This is, if I can get it to...
There it is.
Not unravel while I try to hold it up, which would be great. Here's the shawl. Here is the, remember, it was the size for Stuart Little, the mouse? The last time you saw it?
It's perfect size for Stuart Little.
Here's the shawl, and this is Crystal from Bag O'Day. This is her cherry wine shawl, really and nice. I have really been enjoying it, and I have a love-hate relationship with the yarn.
Yeah.
Ombre Life. And it is beautiful. Show them the colors. It's going to go into this kind of a rosy color. So it starts off with a real light pink and goes into a nice rosy color.
The official name, it's 50% acrylic, 50% cotton. The official name is called Date Night.
Date Night. And you can only get this online. Yep. You can get it online at Joann's, except for when they turn it off.
Well,
which sometimes they do, and then that comes back. Yep. Don't ask me how I know that. And so when you're trying to find enough of this to make the shawl. So anyway, I am super excited. Yep. This is taking a little longer than I thought it would, to be honest with you. I didn't realize it would take that long. But it's my first shawl. I think I'm doing pretty good. Every once in a while, this part right here where it's supposed to be straight, okay, it kind of veers off.
Straight schmate.
It's starting to go towards Texas or something. I don't know what's happening. And so then I have to kind of frog it a little and bring it back to where it's more of a straight line. That would be delightful. But I am loving it. I really, really am. even if I don't get it completely done for Cancun, I'm looking for a project to take to Cancun with me.
Oh, yeah,
so this
for
might
sure.
be it. I don't know. I need smaller projects that I can do on the plane and stuff like that, and not mind having sand to get into it.
I will be working on my granny square, I'm sure, on the plane.
Yeah, but this is a really lightweight, nice summer shawl. This is a 2-weight, but this is that yarn that is 4 strands together. That's what it is. So it's really easy to split, and you'll see in here there's little strands here and there that are going someplace.
It's very fine stuff.
But it's super nice and lightweight. It's going to be perfect.
Like a hanky almost.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like a hanky.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be perfect for spring and summer. And I'm super excited about the colors. So, again, love-hate. Because, you got to be careful because you will split that yarn and be 6 inches down the row. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, I'm missing one of the threads.
Yes, exactly.
Come back.
Well, to a very limited extent, that happened to me like every other row in this thing because I would mess up the double yarn thing and had to fix that. Anyway, I appreciate that.
I'm loving it.
It's very pretty. It's going to look so nice
super
on
pretty.
you.
Nice and lightweight.
Yes.
Summer weight.
Yes.
Yay.
Great.
Yay.
Now I want to get a tattoo that says Ombre Life.
Do you?
No,
Do you want to get a tattoo that says
No, but it
Ombre
reminds
Life?
me of Tupac, Thug Life.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyway,
okay.
that's random.
Okay.
So next topic
Yes.
is
Whips.
oh no,
That's my whips.
those are your whips.
Those are my whips.
Whips, high five.
Whips. Boom.
Okay, next topic. This will be special for Amanda. Yarn swap goodies are ready to go. Woohoo! I guess we already talked about that a little bit, but it's official.
I would ship it out on Monday, Amanda, but we're not. We're going to be in LA.
Yeah.
So we have to wait till we come back.
Yep.
I feel like this part right here is splitting a little bit. I need to do a couple of stitches right there.
Maybe so. Looks like it.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right. Anyway, you're going to love it, Amanda. There's so much good stuff in there. And we got to pick up one more item for it. And then off it goes. So
Yeah.
All right. Next topic. Dear.
Yes?
How many acquisitions have you made lately?
0.
What? How did you do that?
No. The last 2 weeks I've not had any acquisitions.
How did you resist?
I know, right?
There were no...
Because I'm going to go to Crystal's retreat and win
it all. We're winning it all.
I've been shrinking yarn to save space. I told you.
You did, dude.
I've been practicing my trivia, my
you spent half the
Crystal
morning suctioning yarn.
bag o' day trivia.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't wait to come home. I don't know how we're going to get it all home,
I know.
but we're going to somehow get it all
Bringing
home.
an empty suitcase and...
We are doing that too.
That's right.
And it's going to be great.
All right, what's the name of Crystal's cat?
Which cat? She has 2 cats.
Trick question.
Robbie and Steve.
Oh, very
Boom.
nice. All right, see what I did there? Good trick question. All right, so now, we're thinking about some things.
Oh gosh, I have so many projects in my head.
Yep.
Like I want to start them all, and then I tell myself, Karen, serious, because I watch other podcasters, and they're all like, I have a dozen whips, and then I have UFOs.
What is a UFO?
Unfinished object, like something they ain't seen for
How's
6
that
months to a
different
year.
from a whip? When does it go from a whip to a UFO?
I don't know, something they haven't touched for 6 months. I guess I don't know.
Is that the cutoff?
I'm trying
months?
not to do that, but I can see how you could. I can see how you could, because I got so many projects I want to do.
Yep.
I just look at the yarn. I go, oh, I know exactly what I want to do with you with that.
You had, what was it the other day? Some Scottish lady had a cat.
So many things. That's my shout out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed
No,
that.
we can talk about it.
All right, we can talk about it. All right, so
Mary from Mary's Chit Chat.
Mary from Mary's Chit Chat.
Yes.
She's Scottish. Not really that bad, but it's.
I apologize, Mary. You are not Scottish.
No,
you are Irish.
How did I get that wrong?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, I love.
And we
how
do
you
know the
talk.
difference here.
Of course
so
we do. And I love how you talk.
You're from Northern Ireland.
From Northern Ireland.
Yes.
Anyway,
And she's
cat
she
so
is
good.
a hoot, and she's got some fun projects on her YouTube. Shout out to Mary's Chit Chat.
Shout out to Mary's
I believe
Chit
she's
Chat.
also on Facebook. You can type that in. You got to go check her out. Go subscribe to Mary's Chit Chat.
Yeah, Mary's Chit Chat.
She's a hoot. She's from Northern Ireland.
What's the name of the cat?
So basically, when you wake up in the morning as a Pacific coaster, she's already done her podcast.
Yes, that's That's how it is, too.
Yes. She's technically on, I believe, London, UK time.
Yes.
So, how many hours difference that is?
Currently, I think it's 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
That's a lot. What was the name of the cat that she made? She
made this really... She thinks it's terrible. It's not very
terrible.
good.
It's really cool.
I thought it was the cutest thing. Oh my gosh. She needed a door stopper. For what reason, I don't know. But she made a giant, this thing is almost 2 feet tall.
It's tall. It's really
cat.
Big. Yeah.
Crocheted a cat and stuffed it and made, and put I don't know what's on the bottom, beans or rocks or something to make it
down. Yeah.
sit, right? And to be able to hold the door. Anyway, she didn't put a face on it or whatever. She said her friends were teasing her that the cat doesn't know whether it's coming or going.
That's funny.
And she said, no, it's not doing either one because it has to stop the door and not go anywhere.
You got that right.
Anyway, it's adorable. And it really, honestly, it has inspired me because I have all these ideas.
Do you need a doorstop?
Well, no, but I think I know what kind of cat I want to make.
Did you remember the name? She named the cat. Do you remember it?
Murphy.
Sorry, Murphy.
Murphy.
That's a great Irish name.
Murphy the cat.
I love the name Murphy.
Murphy.
All right. My sister's nickname is Murphy.
Yes.
That's right. I love that. All right. So we're also thinking about Joanne Cal with Mikey. That's on the notes.
Oh, I would love to participate in the Cal that Mikey from the crochet crowd is doing for Joanne Fabrics.
Okay. Yes, right.
That looks like fun. But
the crochet along.
I got so much going on.
Crochet along. That's right.
And then there's another crochet
Secret
along.
Yarnery with Krista.
Krista at
Our
the
Nairobi
Secret
person.
Yarnery.
Yes.
She was showing glimpses of what she wants her spring cowl to be. She's doing a crochet along.
Yes.
And it looks like so cool. It's these lacy flower pattern that looks almost like a lacy flower. And she loves to do bright colors, so it's springy and bright and cheerful.
Our whole thing is bright.
Oh, yeah.
It looks really neat.
I'm like, okay. I don't think I can't do it right now because they're all starting here April 1st. They're all starting right now.
Well,
and in April, I'm gone.
Yeah.
In April, it's Karen and Bryan. Who?
We're all over the place.
We're gonna try to squeeze in a podcast.
Yeah, we are somewhere in there. I don't know.
Yeah, this is one of our busy seasons. So
it is.
We're traveling fools.
It is. All right, so that's what we're doing. The Secret Yarnery. We're thinking about them because they got a really.
If I was sticking around, I think I would do it. Seriously,
okay.
It looks so cool.
Right.
I think I have the yarn to do it. Honestly,
all right.
I've put some fun springy colors.
You do have a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say you have a lot of colors. You do have some fun springy colors, but you don't.
I think I lean more towards that side of the spectrum.
You do. You're attracted to the less so to the earth tones and more so to the more what do you call them?
I love berry
primary colors. Yeah, if it's a berry, Karen likes it.
How cheerful is that?
Super cheerful.
All
right. So now, that was and then next up was our shout out section, which we did in advance.
Mary from the Chit Chat.
Mary's Crochet Chit Chat.
Yes.
From beautiful
Mary's
Northern
Crochet
Ireland.
Chit Chat.
I haven't been to Northern Ireland yet, Mary, but I'm going to come. And when I do, I'm going to come have tea with you. It'll be great.
Yes.
Okay. Upcoming events.
Yes.
L.A.?
We're going to L.A.,
Crochet?
people. Just for
day.
almost 24 hours.
Yep.
Seriously. That's it.
Great.
That's all we're doing.
Fly
so
there.
we're leaving out tomorrow.
Fly there.
Then we come back. We pack like crazy people. We're heading off to Cancun.
Yep.
So we're going to be in Cancun. And so our next podcast will be a little
2
late.
weeks. Well, I don't think so.
2 weeks and change.
Let me look. Yeah, 2 weeks and change.
Yes, 2 weeks and a change.
Oh,
we'll see how much I can get done as we are flying around over the next 2 weeks.
That is true. It will not be.
We'll see how much I can get done.
Exactly 2 weeks.
How much Mr. B can get done. We have to get things done. We have to do that square.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Yes.
That's so much pressure.
Oh, Deanna's on. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
Good to see you, lady.
All right. So
Yay,
then,
Deanna's here.
Well, that's the end of our official agenda.
Okay, we
There it
did
is.
it.
Okay.
Yay.
Did we cover everything?
We covered everything.
Are you sure?
What
I
else?
think we did. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess we got it all. That's
Yay!
good. Yay! All right.
Can't wait for you to see what's next. I can't wait to see what's next.
We'll update the show notes with all the links and stuff. And this is our fun experiment. Oh,
one thing.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Hopefully, it will get here when we're home.
Oh, right.
But
Yes, yes.
we are participating in Setta's Team Infinity Scarf Crochet.
Team Infinity Scarf. That's going to be cool.
So it's gone through, I think it's on its third team. It has traveled to its third team.
Yep.
And then I think there's only a couple of teams left. So, I know.
One of them.
If it comes while we're in Cancun, Setta, I
Sorry.
apologize. It's going to be a little while.
Let's see. Hopefully
It's going
not
to be
too
a little
long.
while.
We'll be crocheting.
Yeah.
3 a.m, dear. Crochet harder. We got to hurry this up.
Faster.
Don't pack yet. We got to crochet. No. We'll get it done.
We'll get it done.
We won't be the laggy ones. Anyway. So.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you for watching our vlog, or the podcast.
Yeah.
What is it we say
Thanks
at the
for
end?
being our fans.
Thanks for being our fans. We love it.
Yeah.
Please like our
You're sweetie pies.
YouTube channel, and you can like the Facebook video too. And
Yeah.
what is it you say? Life. What is it you
Life,
say? Life,
love, and crochet.
All right. So on 3, we'll sign off.
Okay.
This is Bryan and Karen.
Yeah.
The Fiber Hearts.
Fiber Hearts.
The Fiber Hearts vlog podcast, and
Instagram.
and Instagram and YouTube and all that. And we're wishing you a good life,
Love,
and crochet. Yay! All right. See you next time. Bye.